Hey, good evening, everybody. Well, it's evening on my side of on my end of the scale. Of course, it's not a scale, but on my end of the video at this time, at the corner of Saint Antoine Street here in Montreal and Atwata. Yeah, with some possibly iconic lights. Actually, they are iconic. I don't know what that. Oh, there's one missing actually. Oh, one of them's broken off. La-di-da. Anyway, as usually, hey, nice bike. I like that orange. Now, I don't know what used to be over here, some sort of fucking shop. This building over here, that used to be a Bell Canada building, actually. And, it's closed. Maybe my brother knows why. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I figured it was a good opportunity for some reason to film this street, Saint Antoine Street. It's sort of a, how should I say, I don't know, unrecognized, unappreciated. Once again, this is at water. Down there is Lionel Gru Metro Station. That's a very busy street. Chaotic, of course, during rush hour. And I don't know, I guess one of the reasons why I thought about filming this street is because I'm often in this area, you know, this being Saint Henry. Except that where I was pointing before down there, that's Saint Henry, but on this side, the north side of Saint Antoine Street is actually Westmount. So here on this side of the street, frankly, I don't know if this is like this. The other side right here, where I'm showing the south side of Saint Antoine, this is actually Griffentown. Oh crap! The cameras decided to go out of focus. Yeah, that's not good. It does that when I've been filming for a while. Scrap. Sound of scrap. Oh shit, come on, focus, you bastard. And yeah, anyway, so when I've been using the camera for quite a while, it'll easily go out of focus like that. Specifically also if I move it around too much. And if there's wind or bright light. You know, these fucking digital cameras are amazing, eh? But like I always say, as I realized last year, everything comes with a price. Boy, I would take that Pontiac Grand Prix any day over that goddamn Corolla. Oh my god. I saw Corolla older than this on my street today. I walk out and it's a, you know, late 90s model. And oh my god, it's freaking painted flat black. It's so stupid. It's stupid! You can see a very old church from here. Yeah. Well, I didn't, wow, that's strange. Where, is there a groundhog in there or something? Oh, it is still Bell Canada. What the fuck? Your sign is gone. They wanted to keep it on the down low. Ugly as hell. Mr. Security Camera watching any fraudulent activity. Griffentown is really made up of a lot of apartment buildings, actually. It's also known for the longest time to have a lot of black folk living here. And it's always really been a poor neighborhood up until the last, I would say, last 15 years or so, 20 years has been a major rejuvenation. Lots of new condos built, lots of yuppies living down here. The prices of properties have gone way up. You know, and there's a lot of great, terrific, there's a lot of boring old buildings, a lot of boring old apartment buildings, like, you know, these, nothing special, and the ones over there. But then you have a lot of, oh, look at this, the corner of Ville Street, Vinette, and you have, then again, you still have quite a lot of old buildings like this, but sometimes I think like they're disappearing fast, these really old buildings. When I mean really old, I mean like, you know, over 50 years old, 60 years old. Let's zoom in down this Ville Street just to see what there is. Just to see what there is. Meh, nothing special. Oh, I forgot to point out something here. Yeah, right up here is, yeah, right there is Highway 20. So it's convenient to live there. Hey, look at that very, very old, probably a turn of the century buildings right here, probably. And this one there, it looks like actually the whole thing looks like it's fucking vacant. Which is kind of unusual, actually, in this day and age, considering the value of Montreal properties. Or like I just said, it's amazing, you know. I mean, even this building, even if it needs a complete rebuilding, restoration, whatever you want to call it, it's a historical building, and there's a lot of people like me who would never own a condo because A, they're modern, and B, there's condo fees. And people love, you know, it's like where I live. I mean, okay, it's not amazing, the neighborhood, but I live in a very, very old building, and it has that charm, it has that history, you know, the details. I mean, just look at the exterior details. It's fantastic. You think they'll ever make anything like that again? Never. Because it costs too much. It's the same thing with classic cars. You know? You know. Yeah, I don't think this is the most interesting street I could have filmed, frankly, but I don't know, I figured what the fuck. And I also realized too that you have a partial view too, what's cool, of the Montreal skyline here. You can see it down there. I'm going to zoom in a moment here. Well, what's with this big pile of dirt here on the sidewalk? Strange. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? I'd love to live in a building like that. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Sorry. No. No, as a matter of fact, the next place I move into has got to have more light. Because right now I live in a building that's about that age, and they never have any light. They're always fucking dark, these buildings. Unless you have one that's like on a corner somewhere and there's more windows, they're always dark as hell. And I'm tired of it. It's just, my God, especially during the winter. God damn, it's depressing. Oof, I'll tell you right now. You know how a plant needs sunlight? Oh, a human does even more. And some humans like myself even more than that. And down there, that is the stock exchange building. And we appear to be approaching Dominion Street, La Rue Dominion. I bet you there's some French people who would be even more close-minded and call it Dominion, which would be really stupid, but you know, people are people, eh? So looks like an alleyway. Good looking Chevy. What the hell? Rue Dominion. Didn't I just focus on a street called Dominion? Oh hell, I'm confused. Whatever. Whatever. Still, like I always say, it's kind of fun to play a tourist in your own town, you know? Yeah, but again, like I said, looks can be deceiving. I mean, they really are charming buildings. Their design is beautiful. It's timeless, it's classic, if you whatever you want to call it. But again, you can't buy these and you know, expect a lot of sunlight to come in there. It's just dark, just like my apartment. It sucks sometimes, frankly. You know? What is this all for? I guess this is for maintenance and repairs of the, for maintenance and repairs of this, of course, Ville Expressway. I forgot that's what it's to mention. It's not just Highway 20, it's downtown, it's the Ville Expressway. You know. Oh yeah, and look, here's, as the English really call it, Georges Vanier Metro Station, Station Georges Vanier. Colorless cars. There's a nice Land Rover there. I just saw a BMW, I think it's an X3, you know? The SUV, you know? But I don't know, it was an SUV X3, but it was something weird about the rear of it. It was more like a fastback or something, a hatchback. And anyway, the reason why I'm mentioning it is because it was weird color, it was red. They're never red. Oh yeah, look, there's that tunnel there. Yeah, we're at Guy Street, I think, or St. Matt's Street or something. I gotta do a video of this one day. Actually, this gives me an idea even. Yeah. Is it St. Matt's Street? Oh no, sorry, it's Georges Vanier. Stupid me. Silly me. I'm sorry. I don't think I ever walked on this side. I've walked this side 2-3 times, but not that one. This is an odd thing, though. This is the kind of thing I don't think they would ever make today. It costs too much anyway. You know? Yeah, buddy, I like your bike. Yeah, on this beautiful summer evening. And, Looks like it got all repaved down there too, eh? Anyway, pressing on, pressing on. This camera clicks off, by the way, after 13 minutes, so that's usually one of the reasons why I don't film. Why I don't film past that, because I figure it's long enough. And also I don't like using the camera too much consecutively, because then it gets too hot and then it doesn't operate as well, you know. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to film this though, seriously. I don't know, maybe I'll go a bit further than 13 minutes. Sometimes I've gone 20 minutes. That's a hell of a long time. But we'll see. I was a little hesitant to film this, like I said, because it's not the most exciting street in the city. But there, I could do a lot worse. Like, for example, film a fucking street, you know, that's in the West Island. Oh my God, geez, you could do a lot worse than that. Look, you got the city view here too. You know, there's a nice old Ford pickup. There, that one's for you, Andrew, circa 1999 or so. Yeah, that's a good thumbnail right there, actually. You know, let's just have a look here on this street. I want to see if there's anything interesting parked here. Anything interesting? Doesn't look like it, eh? Nope. Yeah, and Montreal is still, like many cities, still any property that's left that's empty and doesn't have anything on it is a warrant for, of course, construction of, what is it? Yes, condominiums. The money makers, because God knows if there's not enough white people to buy them, the Chinese will, right? And if it's not the Chinese, it's going to be the Arabs, or if it's not them, it's going to be somebody else, you know, from somewhere else or whatever, because the fact of the matter is Montreal is a hot commodity. Okay, I mean, shit. Ooh, I like the color on this Subaru, right? Hey, by the way, if you think what I just said is fucking racist, forget about that, man. Forget about it, okay? You know, I'm going to tell you all something right now. I'm 41 years old, okay? And I'll tell you something, man, what's irritating today is that you younger generation, you guys, I don't know if it's because of your parents or just, maybe it's because of the media is how they exaggerate shit, but you fucking exaggerate too much everything. It's fucking annoying. Like, for example, Simon, if ever you're watching this and you live down here, you're a perfect example of that. You're the one who opened my eyes more than Ben towards that. Exaggerating this and exaggerating that, it's all a bunch of bullshit. Making a fucking mountain out of molehill. Anyway, I vented, I said my piece. I don't know what it is about Griffentown, but what I like is there's a lot of these passageways, these paths. They're not necessarily alleys. You can just cut across and almost walk all the way to all the way down there to Notre Dame Street. It's really neat. I've never seen that, I don't think, in any other borough place, you know. Now the camera is showing stupid camera. It's showing half a battery. But actually, in reality, it's not even half. It's even less than that. It's probably good for like another 10 minutes to record. So whatever. Yeah, and then you got your, you know, low-income buildings here. It's not to insult anybody. Hey, I'm low-income myself, man. Okay, I don't make much money, believe me. I think there are people that get the impression they see the fucking numbers from my YouTube videos and all these hits and everything, and the subscribers are like, oh my God, he must be making a lot of money. No, not at all. I make enough money to pay the rent, buy a bus pass, pay a bill, that's it. Okay? Yeah, like I said, I'm very transparent. I got nothing to hide on that shit. I don't even know what street this is, whatever. Let's just see down here. I love zooming in on the streets here. I'm only going to film for, I don't know, maybe 5 more minutes or so. Love the zoom on this camera. It's fantastic. I love it. You know, I never mentioned this before actually, but it's one of the reasons why I like making these videos and showing my city that I was born and raised in and all its great buildings and, you know, occasionally a nice car in there. It's just recording life is what it is. Recording life. People walking by, walking their dogs, people cycling, people driving. That stupid looking Accord with its blue headlights. You know, the weather, the time of day, the season. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to record as many of these walking videos as I can, because in the winter there's going to be way less of them. Not just because it's so cold, but because the cold really just just totally eats up the juice of a battery. Big time. What the hell? Yeah, there's something I never noticed before. Look at this. I never noticed that before. Look, the Ville Tunnel. What the fuck is that? What was that? Oh, well, too late. The Ville Tunnel entrance. I didn't even know you could see it from here. Oh, there's something I never noticed. I like that. I like when I notice stuff I've never noticed before. You know, that's the whole point of life, is appreciating the simplest things. If you can't appreciate the simplest things, I don't want to know you. Seriously. I'm serious. Don't even subscribe to my channel. You ever heard anybody say that in their videos? Don't subscribe to my channel. They're always like, yeah, please subscribe and comment. Yeah, fuck that. Don't comment, don't subscribe. And by the way, I also at this point, whoa. Holy shit, somebody, whoa, look at that plane. Yes, I'm easily distracted, baby. It is a air transit. And it's not even in focus. And somebody's barbecuing big time there. Yeah, and what's that? What is that? Oh, it's a fucking recycling thing. We're at the corner of St. Martin and St. Antoine. Or maybe some people would, I'm sure the French would really say Saint Martin. Oh, I hear a train. Can't see it though, but that's an AMT commuter down up there somewhere. Can't see it though, unfortunately. Can't include it. Oh well, too bad. God damn, whatever they're cooking, it smells great. Shit. Maybe some Caribbean food. You know, a lot of East Indian folks around here, Caribbean origin, and it's all good, man. They got great music, great cooking. You know, I gotta tell you, over time, I'm a huge fan of reggae music now. I love it. I listen to it quite often. You know? You know, I was almost gonna say that some people would say, like, this is the projects. No. This is not the projects. In American cities, those are the projects. No offense to you being Americans. But I know what I'm talking about. Projects is really ghetto. Really ghetto. You know what I mean? Like graffiti everywhere, trash everywhere, crime, homeless fucking people, all that shit. Man, that's a really old sign. Squaw Richmond. Alright, well, I think I'm going to finish this here. I'm going to finish. Hey, look at those. Look at those houses. How old are those houses? Very nice. Charming. There's a kind of a San Francisco look to them, eh? There's that the repeated style of it. Townhouse, that's what I was looking for. Victoria, what do they call that? Victorian era townhouse. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Good looking Audi. Don't care about the color though. It'd be cool if I saw an old car that would roll in here to, you know, something really interesting to finish this video off with a bang. Oh my god, look at the sign. What the hell? Wow, they actually put two signs. Wow, really, two signs. Anyway, this, what is this building here? It looks it's got my attention. It kind of looks like a water filter. No, it's not a water filter. It looks like a building that would have an old elevator in it. God, I haven't filmed an old elevator in a long time. If any of you would like watch my elevator videos, I appreciate that, but I wish I had some that I filmed that I, you know, to tell you about, to upload, but nay, unfortunately. You know, I was just thinking about that earlier. The thing that sucks is that it's kind of like old cars, but worse. You know, like they're out there, but it's hard for me to get them because if there's any old elevators left, they're either in apartment buildings I can't get into because they're locked, right? Or and if it's a high-rise building, whether it's residential or commercial, there's a security guard or whatever, even if it isn't locked. See? So not obvious. Oh, I'm at Guy Street. Well, there you go. Look at that, the old Salvation Army. L'Armée du Salut. You know, years ago I took a picture parked right here, an Oldsmobile Forenza. If you don't know what an Oldsmobile Forenza is, number one, you're not really a car guy, and number two, you're young. You're not old enough to know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, that Forenza was in rough shape, man. It was rough. I'm sure it must have ended up in a fucking boneyard after I filmed it, photographed it, I mean. And this concludes your sort of a virtual tour. Look at this fucking condo they're making. Look how fast this thing is going up. Holy shit, man. Damn, that's amazing.